what do beef cattle, miles and miles of alfalfa fields, and knowing how to fix farm equipment have in common? They're all some of the exceptional skills that our fellow FFA members have demonstrated in their supervised agriculture experience projects. And while the Proficiency Awards are as different as the members themselves, they all have one thing in common. These students have worked incredibly hard to develop their quality SAE projects. Our winners will be receiving a monetary award through the Washington FFA Foundation, $200 for the first place recipient in each award category, $100 for the second place, and third place recipients will receive $50. So let's get loud and proud for the following Proficiency Award winners.
AgriScience Research Proficiency Awards are designed for those students actively engaged in agriscience research and experimentation. This includes members who are actively engaged in doing their own research individually, or who may be cooperating on research projects with others, including but not limited to teams in school, experiment stations, or colleges and universities. The applicant must be actively involved in the development of the experimental design, formulation of the hypothesis, collection of data, interpretation of the data, and publicizing the results to be considered for an AgriScience Research Proficiency Award. In first place, Adeline Rang, Sumner.
The Agricultural Communications Award area includes SAE programs in which a member is placed at a newspaper or other agricultural print that facilitates training and practical experience in writing and publicizing in preparation for a writing communications career. Programs may also be at a radio and TV station, fair media rooms, or other businesses requiring speaking skills and knowledge of agriculture. This area also includes any use or development of social media or new technology aimed at communicating the story of agriculture. In first place, from the Linden FFA chapter, Dylan DeYoung.
The Agricultural Education Award area relates to education and extension, including but not limited to youth mentoring, agricultural education departmental assistants, PALS mentors and student coordinators, developing and conducting informational materials and presentations for civic organizations and school-aged youth and students who are involved in SAEs surrounding educating the public about the broad topics of agriculture, agricultural education, and FFA. In second place, from Hudson's Bay, Jacqueline Mott. And in first place, Garrett McGann from ENUMCLAW.
Agricultural mechanics design and fabrication involves the design and construction of agricultural equipment or structures and the selection of structural materials and implementation of plans for utilizing wood, metal, plastic, concrete, electricity, plumbing, data communication cable systems, heating, ventilation, or air conditioning into the agricultural setting. In first place, Summer Little from Castle Rock.
In the placement category of agricultural mechanics, repair, and maintenance, the member works for an employer involved in the repair and maintenance of agricultural equipment, including lawn and landscape equipment or structures, including agricultural power systems such as mechanical, electrical, chemical, wind, solar, or water power. This area includes agricultural equipment restoration where the member does not own the piece of equipment. In third place, Luke McKay from Linden. In second place, also from Linden, Logan McKay. And in first place, from Willapa Valley, Adam Smodges.
In the area of agricultural processing, the member owns an enterprise or works for a business of assembling, transporting, processing, fabricating, mixing, packaging, and storing food and non-food agricultural products. Programs could include processing meat, milk, honey, cheese, raisins, and other dried fruits. Non-food products could include byproducts processing such as meat, bone, fish, and blood meal, making compost, cubing and pelleting of forages, producing birdseed and other pet foods. Projects may include, but not solely be, the sale of the processed product. In third place, from the Sumner FFA chapter, Adeline Rang. In second place, Heidi Cruz from TONASKET. And in first place, from the Dayton FFA chapter, Josiah White.
In the entrepreneurship category of agricultural sales, a member owns an agricultural enterprise or business not covered in a more appropriate Proficiency Award category. This could include sales of feed, seed, fertilizer, agricultural chemicals, agricultural equipment, machinery, or structures. Enterprises could also include the merchandising of crops, livestock, processed agricultural commodities, horticulture products, floriculture, including the creation of floral arrangements, and forestry items at either the retail or wholesale level. In the entrepreneurship category, in first place, Brian McCune, Goldendale. In the placement category, in second place, Jenna Burrow from Cedro Woolley. And in first place, from the Goldendale FFA chapter, Kylie Linder.
In the area of agricultural services, the member owns or works for an agricultural business whose primary activity is to provide agricultural services that are not covered in any other Proficiency Award area. This includes agricultural enterprises such as custom equipment operation, agricultural management and financial services, animal breeding services, custom baling, crop scouting, auction services, custom and contract feeding services, marketing or advertising of agricultural products, and other agricultural services. In third place, Sandra CROOK from the Goldendale FFA chapter. In second place, MACKENZIE SHATTUCK, CONNELL. And in first place, from the COLFAX FFA chapter, Cotton Booker.
In the entrepreneurship category of the beef production proficiency, the member owns the enterprise or business that uses the best management practices available to efficiently produce and market beef. This award area is for any animals raised mainly to produce beef and all beef breed animals. In third place, Amelia, Maine, Stanwood. In second place, from Walla Walla, Christina Mackay. And in first place, from the Sprague FFA chapter, Jacob Woolweber.
In the placement category of beef production proficiency, the member works for a livestock producer applying the best management practices available to efficiently produce and market beef. This award area is for any animal raised mainly to produce beef and all beef breed animals. In third place, Emma Blanton from the OMAC FFA chapter. In second place, from ENUMCLAW, Michaela Schultz. And in first place, from the TONASKET FFA chapter, Cody Clark.
Diversified agricultural production involves the use of best management practices available to produce and market a combination of livestock and crops in 2 or more proficiency areas. These areas include at least 1 species included in diversified livestock and at least 1 species included in diversified crop proficiency area. In third place, from Quincy, Cooper Rapp. In second place, Casey Veraska from the OMAC FFA chapter. And in first place, from the Linden FFA chapter, Rafe Wolfesberg.
Diversified livestock production involves the use of best management practices available to efficiently produce and market a combination of animals for 2 or more livestock-related Proficiency Award areas. These areas include beef, dairy, sheep, swine, equine, goat, specialty animal, poultry, or small animal production and care. In third place, ELISHA Wade, Moses Lake. In second place, from Stanwood, Amelia, Maine. And in first place, from the Colfax FFA chapter, Sydney Berquist.
In the Equine Science Award area, the student works for an employer providing experiences in horse production, breeding, marketing, showing, and other aspects of the equine industry. Programs may also include the training or management of horses for activities such as, but not only, roping, racing, rodeo, show, riding, lessons, and therapeutic horseback riding if horses are not owned but are managed by the member. Miniature horses are included in this proficiency area. In first place, from the OMAC FFA chapter, Riata Marchant.
In the area of forage production, the member owns the enterprise or works for a business that includes the best management practices available to efficiently produce and market crops for forage such as alfalfa, clover, brome grass, orchard grass, grain forages, corn and grass silages, and sorghum. In second place from Ellensburg, Colton Harrell.
In the goat production award area, the member owns the enterprise or works for a business that involves the use of the best management practices available to efficiently produce and market goats and all raw goat products. Members are involved in all aspects of the operation, including but not limited to showing, breeding, nutritional management, and health. In third place, NORA TARBOX, Yelm. And in second place, from Yelm, Harley Jo Holman.
In the area of grain production, the member works for a crop producer or grain production related business that applies the best management practices available to efficiently produce and market crops for grain production such as corn, barley, millet, buckwheat, oats, grain sorghum, milo, wheat, rice, and rye. Production of certified grain seed is included in this area. In second place, Spencer Miller from the Lindritzville FFA chapter. And in first place, from La Crosse, Timothy Harder.
In the Landscape Management Award area, the member owns the enterprise or works for a business that includes experiences with planting and maintaining plants and shrubs, landscaping and outdoor beautification, groundskeeping, sprinkler installations, and lawn mowing care services. Portions of the project can also include hardscaping and the installation of decorative rock. In second place, Corbin Bland, Goldendale.
In the area of nursery operations, the member owns the enterprise or works for a business that provides experience in growing, marketing, and selling ornamental plants, vegetable starter plants, shrubs, and tree production for the purpose of transplanting or propagation. This could include water garden plants if produced for sale. In second place from Quincy, Gavin Solly. And in first place from the Yelm FFA chapter, Megan Garcia.
In the Poultry Production Award area, the member owns the enterprise or works for a business that includes the best management practices available to efficiently produce and market chickens, turkeys, domestic fowls such as ducks, geese, and guinea, and their raw products. In first place, Jonathan Winter from Stanwood.
In the area of service learning, the member researches an agriculturally related community need, develops a written plan which defines the identified need and proposed service solution. The member submits the plan to a local review committee of stakeholders and the FFA advisor, completes the project and provides a summary report of the project's impact to the same review committee. Service must benefit a school, public entity, or substantial portion of the community. In second place from Grandview, Bryson Herman. And in first place, Jillian Donaldson from Hudson's Bay.
In the Sheep Production Award area, the member owns the enterprise or works for a business that includes the best management practices available to efficiently produce and market sheep, raw sheep products, and wool. The member is involved in all aspects of the operation, including but not limited to showing, breeding, nutritional management, and health. In third place, Malia Whitmore, TONASKET. In second place, from Dayton, Anna Fortier. And in first place, from the Kashmir FFA chapter, Madeline Fadenreck.
In the area of small animal production and care, the student owns the enterprise or works for a business that includes the best management practices available to efficiently produce and market small animals such as rabbits, cats, dogs, mice, hedgehogs, guinea pigs, lizards, small birds, and programs that typically provide a service in caring for the well-being of pets. Programs could include working at a pet shop as a groomer, as a dog trainer, providing pet sitting services, working at a kennel, or preparing guide and assistance animals. In third place from ENUMCLAW, Katy King. In second place, Emily Fanslow, Yelm. And in first place from the Winlock FFA chapter, ELISHA Clevenger.
In the Specialty Animal Production Award area, the member applies the best management practices available to efficiently produce and market specialty animals and their raw products within the agriculture industry. Specialty animals can include but are not limited to the following: aquaculture, bees, mules, donkeys, bison, oxen, mink, pigeons, emus, alpacas, or llamas. In their supervised work experience, students must participate in hands-on activities including feeding, performing basic animal care, showing, and possibly marketing animals in an entrepreneurial or work placement environment. In first place from Dayton, Taven Senni.
In the area of swine production, the member works for an employer that applies the best management practices available to efficiently produce and market swine and their raw products. The member is involved in all aspects of the operation, including but not limited to showing, breeding, nutritional management, and health. In third place from Goldendale, Andrew Ehrig. In second place, Corbin Bland from the Goldendale FFA chapter. And in first place, Colin Silverthorn, TONASKET.
In the Vegetable Production Award area, the member owns the enterprise or works for a business that applies the best management practices available to efficiently produce and market unprocessed crops such as asparagus, beans, potatoes, sweet potatoes, yams, pumpkins, sweet corn, tomatoes, onions, zucchini, hot peppers, and all common garden vegetables. In first place from the CONNELL FFA chapter, Caitlin Bauman.